Okay, so when looking at direct variation, it's a little bit like proportional. In order for something to be directly variated, it has to go through 0, 0. So what it says here is two data sets have direct variation if they are related by a constant of variation, the constant of proportionality. A graph of the data sets is linear and passes through 0, 0. Okay, so that's a lot of words to say that it has to be linear and it has to go through 0, 0, so it has to be proportional. Okay, the example they have gives us this graph over here. If you look, my x for this first point is at 3 and my y is at 15, so I'm just going to kind of fill this in to see what they're talking about. My second point here is sitting at 5 and 25. And my third point is sitting up here at 8 and 40. So if I write that in y over x, I'll have 15 over 3, which equals 5. I have 25 over 5, which equals 5. And I have 40 over 8, which comes out to equal 5. So all of these divide out to be 5, which means they have a constant of 5. Okay? And we talked about before how when you're talking about a constant, what you come out with is your slope. So y equals 5x. If you don't believe that, you can put it in the calculator, put these in under stat edit, and it will give you your slope of 5. The graph of the data sets is linear and passes through 0, 0. So the data set shows a direct variation. In order for it to show a direct variation, it has to pass through 0, 0. And when you divide y by x, it has to be the same every time. That's pretty much what they're saying. So if we look down here, it's going to ask us if these two graphs have direct variation. Does it have a constant of variation? If I say 8 divided by 1, I get 8. If I say 4 divided by 2, I get 2. So automatically this is not a constant because we have two different outcomes there. So no, it is not a constant. And the way I'm going to check that just to make sure I'm right is I'm going to plot the points. I'm going to say 1, 8. Then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say 2 and I'm going to go up to 4. Then I'm going to go to 4 and I'm going to go up to 2. And I'm going to go over to 8 and I'm going to go up to 1. Now if you notice, that is in no way a straight line. It kind of makes a curve. And it also does not pass through 0, 0. So that one is not a direct variation. Let's look at this next one. I'm going to skip 0, 0 because 0, 0 is my y-intercept. So it does pass through 0, 0. If I say 20 divided by 2, I get 10. If I say 30 divided by 3, I get 10. And if I say 50 divided by 5, I get 10. So yes, this does have a constant of variation. The equation would be y equals 10x. We do not have a y-intercept or a b because it goes through 0, 0. And yes, the graph is going to be linear. And the way I'm going to check that is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to plot some points. I have 0, 0 right here. If I go 2, and it's hard to see these lines, so we're just going to kind of go with it, and I go up to 20. Then I'm going to go over to 3, and I'm going to go up to 30. And then I'm going to go over to 5, and I'm going to go up to 50. And we talk in class all the time about me drawing straight lines. If I were to draw a straight line, that would be linear, and it would go through the origin. So it is a direct variation. If you have any questions about this, please come see me during tutoring.